Hello, everyone. Had a little ping just because I've been doing something, and it was actually part of the last meditation that I did, but I have noticed that I'm doing it throughout the day to kind of recenter, refocus. I think maybe Abraham Hicks would kind of say it is similar to going into the vortex or whatever. And for me, it's like a mini quick meditation. And sometimes it's only a few seconds, and sometimes I elongate it out into 5 or 10 minutes. It's helped me to feel like, even with the baby and everything, that I'm able to get back into the routine that I had before having her, and where I can take a few minutes in the morning to meditate, but then throughout the day, if I feel like I'm a little off center, or if something's come up that's upsetting or whatever, I still feel through those moments, and because I don't want to make anybody think that you shouldn't feel your feelings. Your feelings are very important, and they're an indicator of, I think, what your higher self is telling you. If you're getting frustrated all the time, then go within and figure out, why are you doing that? I had an instance today where I felt like somebody was wasting my time and making me appear to other people slightly incompetent. And I don't appreciate that, because I think of myself as a very smart individual, and as well as I'm very busy and I don't like to waste any time, unless I'm wasting time doing the nothing that I want to do. But in any case, the situation arose, and it had been a repeated thing over a few days, and I very quickly kind of was like, look, dot, 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 and then it immediately was able to go, and I went into one of these mini meditations where I felt very good, because I think anger can get us back to happiness more quickly than if we're bearing the emotions, and we're burying our frustration, and we're not letting it out, and we're not communicating it to other people that we're living and interacting with. That had been my habit from, previous. And not to say I never got angry previously, because I did, but I wouldn't have thought it was a good thing. I would have thought, oh, this is a terrible thing. I'm getting angry and I'm getting upset, and I need to bury, and I need to bury, and I need to bury. And I don't need to bury. I need to get that shit out, get it out of me, because that is actually the quickest way for me to return to center, to where I want to be. And then it's just done. I didn't rehash it and rehash it and rehash it like I have a tendency in previous cycles to do, and things like that. I didn't overcompensate because I feel bad. It was a moment. It was over, and let's move on to the next moment. And a way for me to do that is this golden, for lack of a better word, golden globe type meditation. You could say an orb or something like that. And I did do it at the beginning of the last video, and I'd like to just quickly walk you through it. I don't go through all of the grounding cord and opening my crown chakra, because usually I don't have time to do all that, and it's not meant to be a lengthy thing. It's meant to be quick and as long as I need it to be. There's times in the morning I might do it for 5 or 10 minutes, which gives me a great start to my day, but then there's other times where it may be literally a minute or less, and that's it. That's all I have time to do. So I'd like to walk you through kind of what I do in hopes that maybe it's something or something similar that calls to you, like, I like that, but I'm going to imagine this, and you can make it yours. So I usually just start with taking a deep breath or two, and then imagining literally a golden sphere or orb or globe right next to my heart chakra. And I feel kind of all of the energy along my chakras, but I really just concentrated at my heart. And I sometimes feel even a constricting in where I'm pulling my energy in to me, to this place. Like, let's reset everything. Let's, restart everything. Let's start fresh. And then I just continue to breathe deeply, and I imagine that globe or orb getting bigger and bigger. I imagine it getting brighter. I imagine the energy flowing through my body as it encompasses more and more of my body. I imagine if I'm like scales tipping, that I'm starting to balance out. If something is hurting, I imagine that going away. And I imagine this sphere getting bigger and bigger until it would encompass all of my aura. I really do feel like we have an aura or an energy field around us. And, some people are able to see colors in that, different things. And I literally envision the entire energy field from head to toe and around me, probably at least a foot. Sometimes I envision it larger. Sometimes it's just my body that's encompassed in it. But usually when I finish, I try to imagine that energy field coming out at least about a foot or two from my body. And this entire globe has that energy. And it's just kind of like this white light source energy that is recharging, it's stabilizing, it's balancing all of me back into this moment, back to where I want to be, into my natural state of being, which is, I generally try to be a happy, just balanced person, so that when people or things or whatever coming at me, I can look at them a lot of times with humor or with love or with happiness, and not be so quick to, this is about me and this is not about them, or blaming them for affecting me, because at the end of the day, I'm still in control of my emotions, or I'm still responsible. Maybe that would be a better phrasing for my emotions. And so I try to take that accountability, responsibility with my emotions. And so it's very hard in the beginning as you're trying to break these cycles. Things will come up and you're just kind of like, ugh. And it's so easy to slip back into those old patterns versus, okay, this happened, this is done. I'm not going to let it screw the rest of my day. I mean, how horrible would it have been if my day had been completely ruined at 9 a.m.? There's a lot of day left to live. And why make it miserable for everybody? And so just literally, even if my kids are around, even if the baby's nursing, baby's playing, whatever, I can still sit there and I can go through this and take a couple deep breaths, close my eyes momentarily, still have my mom ears open, and go through that and just feel so much more at peace and like my equilibrium is stable and like, okay, whatever comes at me next, I may be able to handle from here, not from way down low where I was at, 10 minutes ago. I'm not going to let myself, keep digging this hole. I'm going to say, nope, I'm standing back on the ground, or I'm back in the air if I was really happy before. And like, this just is, I'm in control. And remembering how much power that we have and that we are in control. So I'd love to hear if you have an adaptation or how this works for you over the next few days or weeks. But it's really made such a huge difference to me. I don't even know how long I've been doing this. I want to say close to a month. But it just fills me, it just makes me prepared for the day or resets the day, and I like that, and I'm enjoying that, and I'm enjoying being able to incorporate that into my day once again. And so if you're a busy mom or busy dad or whatever, or if you're just even a person that just has a busy life, or even if life isn't busy but you're finding that you're breaking cycles, I think anybody can do this with ease and grace, and you don't beat yourself up. If I had another meltdown 10 minutes later, I'm not going to beat myself up for it. I'm going to go, oh, well, maybe next time I can, try to stay in that state a little bit longer. And sometimes you can't. You're doing the best you can, navigating a human experience. But I'm not going to let all that stuff control me as much as I can maintain my peace. So I hope everyone is well. I hope that helps, and I will see you soon.